we're going to learn how to do the square lashing knot. The square lashing knot is used to bind two poles at 90-degree angles.
So before we start the lashing, we have to do a knot to begin a lashing. And the first knot that we're going to learn is how to do the clove hitch. You throw it over, you pull, make an X, and then right between the X, you're gonna make your rope, the end of the rope comes out of. So right there. So it's the X with the loop coming through. And it's important for you when you do this step, you leave this a little long because you're gonna have to reuse this again. So now we're ready to start the lashing. So to start the lashing, you're gonna position your first piece on top of the second piece, and then you gotta make sure they are on 90 degrees angles. That means they're making a perfect cross, okay? And then the rope is coming on the top. You're gonna want it to go down. So as it go down, you're gonna make sure you keep your thumb to hold it, the top wood, and your hand to keep it on the bottom, so you stay off the ground, so you can actually have more control of your lashing. So now I'm gonna pull it up, going around, and then bottom, come back, going up, and now I'm gonna start making this shape. You see that? And it's important for you when you're doing this, you never cross them. You can't cross this way or you can't cross this way. You just go up, over, around. Okay? So again, I'm gonna start doing my second time now. You see there's one over here, and you see the same thing, one over here, and it's one over here. The other one was from the clove hitch. So now you gotta keep your thumb, now not just holding the piece, but it's also keeping pressure on the rope so you can keep your lashing nice and strong. So starting doing now my second time. Now, right now I'm gonna be done with my second. So now I have two. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and this one over here was the clove hitch. So now you gotta make sure you keep it always pressure on it. All right, that's what my thumb is here for. Now I'm doing my third one. Now I'm gonna do my last one. It's doing 4 to 5 lashes are recommended. All right. So now you can see how it looks like it. Okay, so you want to see this over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and on this side as well. No rope can cross it like that. Okay. Now for you to finish, you have to do this. Now you finish right here on this side. So now you're gonna go around. You see that? I'm gonna do that again. So you go around. Now what you're gonna do, you're gonna pull it. You're gonna pull it tight. You're gonna do once again. You can do 2 to 3. See, I'm pulling very tight. Now I'm gonna finish, because now I'm to the end of my rope. Now I'm gonna finish. So I can finish with a simple square knot. Okay, which is the best knot to, that's how it's gonna looks like it before you finish. All right, now right here I'm gonna do the square knot. Let's see if I can do this right. Right there, see, square knot. And there it is. This is very useful, so you can make a table, you can make a chair, you can make any camp furniture. You can use to make bridge as well. So there's many different things that you're gonna be using this over here when it comes to camping skills. And this is very, very strong. I can put my weight on this over here and will not go down.
Diagonal lashing can be used to secure two structures together. Not like square lashing, this can be used to bind a variety of angles, not only right angles.
So, Pathfinders, now we're going to learn how to do the diagonal lashing, okay? It's very important to learn how to use this lash because it's the only way that you can do to reinforce or secure any instruction, okay? So, imagine you already did your, you remember, you learned how to do the square lashing, which is made to use to bind two objects on a 90-degree angle. Now you're going to learn how to make a object on a diagonal, okay? And this is how you're going to secure any instruction. And the difference of this one is you start already with a different knot, okay? So remember, you learned that one knot to start the square lashing, there was the clove hitch. Now you're gonna use a different type of hitch, which is the timber hitch. So you're gonna put the two poles or the two bamboo, and if you don't have the bamboo, you can go to your local hardware store and you can find, you know, the poles like this over here, or you can get an old broom that's laying around that doesn't work anymore, and you can do your lashings, you can practice your lashing. So you're gonna put the two objects together, you're gonna do a simple knot. So I'm gonna do right here for you to see it. So right here, see this? So you're doing a simple knot. So now the difference is, instead just tying it, you're gonna turn it towards the back, and then you're gonna do 3 loops around the same rope. You see that? So now this one, they used to do this knot to carry log. That's why they call timber hitch log knot. And it's very easy to loosen it, but it's not meant to be tight like the clove hitch. It's tight, and the more pressure you put, more it's gonna hold. If I put too much pressure, it will lose. But this one, for the use that we're gonna do, it's great. So now you're gonna put it not in a cross shape anymore, but now on a diagonal, because this over here is meant if you have a table. So imagine now you have your square lashing. Now this over here would be a square lashing holding the table together. So now this would be the feet of the table. So now this is gonna tie the 2 feet on the table, the right and the left, or you can do it also like that. So now you have the table standing over here, the other foot over here, the other foot over there, and then you have your diagonal lashing holding all the corners, okay? So once now you did your timber hitch knot, you're gonna start pulling. First we can do it cross, okay? So I'm going cross. The same thing is gonna apply. You're gonna do 4 to 5 loops around the perimeter, and now you gotta do the same thing. You gotta keep it tight, okay? And the only way to keep it tight is again holding with your thumb. I'm gonna show over here. I'm keeping the pressure with my thumb. All right. Now I did 4 one way. Now I'm gonna do 4 the other way. You see where I finish over here? So now I'm not gonna go up, because otherwise it's gonna start going in the middle. If I finish right here, I go right under it. See? So I go right under it. And now I start going up and down. No more side to side anymore. Just now going up and down. And I'm keeping this over here on the back, because again, we're gonna have to finish it. So I'm keeping the end of the other end of the rope over here so we can finish it as well, okay? So now I already have it stable. Now I can, it is important for you to keep it the same side. So if you're going towards the right side, you keep it everything on the right. If you're going to the left side, you keep everything on the left. Right? You see there? Now I can feel there's already standing very, very sturdy. So sometimes people do this over here. It's not really good to do that because you don't want to hold it tight. You want this over here to move a little bit, okay? It's not to be so tight that you can't move. You just want this over here to hold the other ends. Remember, this is just made to hold the two ends together so they won't close on each other or they won't collapse. And once you finish over here now, I did again doing my last one over here now. Okay, now you're gonna see that I have my two ends of the rope right here. This one over here is already tight. I could do a clove hitch and finish this right here, or I can just end it the same way we did it before. Remember, we always used to finish any lashing, we use the square knot. So sometimes I have problem doing the square knot because remember that they always have to, the two ends, it's gotta come out the same way. And that's how you finish a diagonal lashing. All right, and it should look like this. I'm gonna show you again. So going across one way, going across the other way, and there you have it, the diagonal lashing. All right, thank you, and wait for the next section.
This is round or parallel lashing. This can be used to just make a pole line.
Okay, Pathfinders, now we're gonna learn how to do the round lashing or parallel lashing, okay? Now, what do? They make tree structure longer, okay? So if in case you have a piece of wood that is short and you won't reach, so let's say you want to put up a flag on your campsite and the wood that you have is too short, so you can add two of them together, okay? So you can have a longer pole, okay? So how do we do that? We're gonna be using the round lashing or parallel lashing, okay? So this is how you start. The other lashings, you start with a knot. This one you won't, because the knot will be to finish it off on the end. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna take your rope, you're gonna put a loop right here, okay? And this loop is gonna help you on the end get your rope on this side. So you're gonna pull this over here and the rope is gonna come through so you can finish it. You're gonna start your lashing on this side and work this way. And on the end, you're gonna now want the rope to come back over here so you can finish it. So that's how you're gonna do. Put your loop there, you're gonna hold it right here. It's a little bit hard in the beginning, but you're gonna be able to do it. Right here, I'm trying to start my lashing. See that? I'm holding them together, flat, and then with the other hand, I'm pulling to do the same step we did in the other ones. It's coming off over here. I'm gonna straighten it out right there. Now I want you to see how it looks. You're gonna do a little bit more. You should do at least 8 for this one over here. And if you have to, you can do one, you can put the wood passing longer, and then you can do one up here and one down here if it's something that you really need to be strong. So now it's getting a little bit better now, because again I'm putting pressure on it. With my hand now, I'm keeping the ropes together with my thumb over here. Do the loop, hold it with my thumb, do the loop, hold it with my thumb, do the loop. All right, so now what you want to do, you see, so now that's the first step. So now I have my end over here. I have them holding together. Now what I want to do, I want to get this wood right now between these two structures. The same way you do with the square lashing to make the lashing tighter, I'm gonna go behind and I'm gonna pull it through. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how I do that. See, I'm going behind right here and I gotta pull the rope through. See, it's a little bit hard, but you can do it. So I pull it through. Now I'm gonna do the same thing on the top over here. Step over here, just so I can open that up. You see that? Now it's starting to tighten it. Gonna do once again. So remember the same thing we did with the square lashing. We made it them go between the pole. Remember I told you about the loop? So now this over here, I'm gonna use it to pull this end over here so I can finish it off right there. I could have just finished right here. See that? Now it's tight. It's tightening this over here. So now it's tight, and now right here, I finish it. Again, I'm gonna be finishing with the right knot. And there you have it, a nice parallel or round lashing. And it's made to hold two pieces of wood together. Will not slide down. Right? That's what it's meant to do.
Now we are going to learn how to do continuous or floor lashing. This is used to make floors or surfaces on objects or tables and things like that.
So, Pathfinders, now we are into the last lashing that we're gonna learn today. Okay? You already learned how to do the square lashing, which is will make the legs for any structure. Okay, so you learn how to do the diagonal lashing. This is what keep those two structures together. Now you're gonna learn how to make the top of a table or top of a chair or anything that you guys want to construct. Okay, so that's how we're gonna do. We're gonna get two pieces of wood. Imagine this will be the top of our structures, and then we're gonna make so they go like this, and you would get them to fill the whole surface. Okay, so now you're gonna learn how to tie them together. All right, so the first step is, of course, collecting your wood. If you don't have, again, the bamboo, you can have old broom stick, or you can go to a local hardware store and get any round wood to take to camp and do your structure. You learn how to start any lashing. We use the clove hitch. So now you're gonna learn how to do the clove hitch a little bit different. So you're gonna do two loops. I wanna show you right here. So one loop, you're gonna do the other loop, and then you're gonna cross them. So one go over the top of it, or the other one, and then you're gonna just take your structure and you're gonna go through. So again, you have the X with the two ropes going through the middle of it. All right. So now this is how you're gonna start. Like any good old lashing, you start with the clove hitch. So now I got my clove hitch on the back. I got my bamboo over here. Now I'm gonna start tying them together. So imagine they would be like this. See, I got my clove hitch on the back, my two ropes coming off the top of it. The same way you would do with the square lashing. They go over the top, they cross at the bottom, Now you make them come up again. So we add the second one in right here. Now I'm gonna show to you the back, how they're supposed to look like it. All right, so right here, you see, you have your clove hitch on one end, and now they're starting to cross. Underneath, they have to cross. On the top, they cannot cross. Right here, the top, they look the same way as you would do with the square lashing. All right, so now I'm gonna put my other piece. I'm gonna go with this one crossing. See, I'm crossing them. The one that was at the right now is at the left. The one on the left went to the right. So I make them go right here. So now I should have 3 X's on the back. See, 1, 2, 3. At the top now, I cross them again under it. See, just crossed it. Right here. Now, so I don't have more material, but you would go around until you finish, and you can tie them together, or you can have them a little bit looser. Depends on how much material you have. Okay, so now we're gonna finish the lashing. All right, so once you did the surface, you would repeat the same procedure on this side over here. Okay, I'm not gonna do it because the video would be too long. So now you're gonna do the same thing over there, but now I'm gonna teach you how to finish this structure. So now right here, you're gonna do, remember the knot that you do to always finish the lashings? The square lashing, you're right. So now, make sure I get this right. And there you have it. In the back. So now you have all the knowledge that you need to do any camp structure. Okay? The square lashing, diagonal lashing, the round or parallel lashing, and now the continuous lashing. All right? Thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you guys learn and have a good time, camping. As soon as this pandemic finishes, we'll be able to go out and camp and continue with our lives, enjoying the nature and enjoying each other. Good luck, Pathfinders. Talk to you guys later.